Alright, this is Autismas Week 2, Take 1. Salutations to the knights supposed to be stable. My name is Queen Hamptalot, and welcome back to Autismas. As you can tell, the old camera angle is back. For those who are wondering why I changed the camera angle in the first place, it's because I couldn't figure out a way to adjust the monitor height while it was on the monitor arm on my desk. So I had to get a tripod and put the webcam right here. I didn't want to make that a permanent thing because, let's face it, it looks really silly in person. However, I did notice, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it was this setup video. It basically had the same boom arm for my monitor as I do. Only thing about it is that they could move the arm, like the elbow, if you will, up and down. I was like, how the heck do you do that? So I looked at the tutorial. It turns out you have to use a Allen key. It looks like an L. I took one of those, I loosened it a little bit, readjusted the monitor, put the webcam back on. It's back to the way it was. I just thought I'd point that out. That's why it was different a couple of weeks ago. There's your reason why. But anyway, on to today's video. For today's video, for the second week of Autismas, it's something different that I don't usually do on this channel. Actually, correction, I did do this years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. So I did this series 5 years ago called My Awkward Kitchen. And I would link the last video up here, but it's really bad. I even reacted to it like a couple Autismases ago, if not last Autismas. I don't remember exactly. I don't recommend watching it. It's very bad quality. And basically, it was a series where I would just cook something. But back then, it could have been just called My Awkward Bakery because all I did was make sweets. Basically, I've been trying to work in the kitchen because, you know, one, I gotta expand my palate with, like, finding more comfort foods. And two, well, I really don't know how to cook. So the other night, by the time you guys are saying this, it was a week ago, I decided to level up, if you will, I guess, and cook some burgers. It went pretty well, I would say, but I mean, it wasn't 100% flawless. There were a couple flaws I did. You'll see in the video. I did my best for a first time attempt, and I did have some pointers from Queen Hamptalot. She basically helped me out a little bit, but I'm gonna edit her out because she's camera shy, and I gotta respect her decision in keeping her life private. So basically, we made burgers, but they weren't ordinary burgers. They were turkey burgers, which is a lot different than making a regular beef burger. Trust me, there's a whole different process to that. I'll explain in the next clip. Yeah, turkey burgers are no joke. They are extremely hard to make, especially if they're stuffed turkey burgers. With that being said, I'm going to show you the process of how I made said turkey burgers. Basically, I'm going to cut to voiceover mode. I would have given the actual audio for the footage, but it's bad. Trust me. It's muffled, metallic, distorted, whole number of things that equals bad audio. With that being said, I'm going to go to the voiceover mode and give you guys, the fellow knights, a cooking tutorial. Enjoy. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to form the patties with the ground turkey. So you're going to need a lot of, well, not too much, but not too little. We're not going to make these hockey pucks. So we're going to need a little bit of ground turkey, and then you're going to form it into a ball, and then you can barely see it on camera, but you're going to flatten it into a patty shape. And then you're going to take your fingers yeah, there we are. And then you're going to make a crater, because these are stuffed turkey burgers, just so you know. And then Queen Hamptalot, my sous chef, if you will, is going to stuff it full of shredded cheese. This is a homemade shredded cheese blend, by the way. That is why it's in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And then you're going to do the technique called, what I like to call, fold it and mold it, which means you're going to fold it in half, mold it into a ball, and then flatten it out again. And then you're going to place it on a plate. Transition later, after making 4 more patties, you're going to add some seasoning. I like to use my Sir spices. That's what I call the seasoning. Sir seasoning, I guess. And it's a mixture of 2 parts paprika, smoked paprika, 1 part minced garlic and 1/2 part black pepper. And then you're going to turn on the burner. You're going to make sure these burgers are coated with a lot of seasoning, because unlike beef patties, turkey patties they don't have much like fat in them. It's a really lean meat, so you got to make sure you add a lot of seasoning to flavor it. And then once they're fully seasoned, you're going to want to basically just hold out and play the waiting game until you get them fully cooked on one side. And it takes a little bit of trial and error. You want to make sure they are gray. I know it's really weird to say, but it's the truth on the one side. And then basically you just gotta play the waiting game until it's cooked on the other side, which should be gray with a little bit of grill marks on there, which honestly is gonna take a while. But also, don't repeat the mistakes I made with at first, and make sure the pan handle is facing your non-dominant hand, which I'm about to turn in a minute. I'll turn it in a minute. I'm a righty, so if you're a righty, pan handle on the left side of the stove, and if you're and it's the same thing vice versa. So you're gonna want to turn the pan handle. If I could do that any minute now. Ooh, looks like the burgers are shrinking a little bit. So you're gonna want to turn the pan handle to your non-dominant side, and then flip the burgers. You're gonna have to wiggle it around a little bit. Queen Hamptalot had to give me a few pointers with that one, so she wanted me to like try it, and I after that, the pointers she gave me, it was a little bit challenging, but then I got it. Then you're gonna want to heavily coat with more seasoning on the other side. Make sure you do a heavy amount of seasoning. You do not want a bland burger. And then this is a key trick you have to do with turkey burgers. You have to add a little bit of water to the pan. This is a key thing. You do not want to mess this up. If you don't add water, the burgers are going to stick to the pan. That's another thing that is different, makes them different from beef burgers. Then you got to let them cook a long time until the water dissolves a little bit, basically. And that takes time and patience, which in real time I did not have. Behind just a little off-camera secret, I did not have the patience to let the water dissolve, so there's that. It did take about 10-15 minutes in real time. My PC just farted, rude. But yeah, it took a little while. But after that, after the water dissolved, well, again, you just gotta have some patience when it comes to cooking. Like all things, for when you're working in the kitchen, patience is key. And there is such a thing as trial and error. Now, here's the part where the water started to dissolve a lot. So Queen Hamptalot added a little bit more water for me because I was a little nervous. And then she also did some flipping because my anxiety was going through the roof. And you do not want to season the other side because, well, if you over season it, it'll just be ugh. So you gotta let it cook again on the other side. And again, play the waiting game. Look at the steam on that. Wow. That's amazing. So yeah, you gotta make sure you also make sure it cooks low and slow with these, because, well, if you cook at a high heat, it'll be burned on the outside, but undercooked or even raw on the outside. Or inside, sorry. So yeah, make sure you cook these burgers low and slow. That is a key thing you have to keep in mind. It's for all kinds of burgers. Turkey burgers, beef burgers, any kind of burger you can think of. Low and slow is the key feature. The reason I really wanted to get into the kitchen and start cooking some more, I've been really into watching Gordon Ramsay's Hex Kitchen. I don't want to say the other thing because censors. I know it's a place, but, well, still censors. I do not swear on this channel. As you saw, Queen Hamptalot just added some more water. So, yeah. And after that, it's basically time to cut into one and make sure it's cooked all the way. And you have to make sure you use the thickest patty to make sure it's cooked through, and it was. So now it's time for the fun part. Getting it off the burner, turning it off actually, and starting the assembly process. You get your hamburger bun and you put it on a paper plate. Then you're going to want to use a fork because, again, you just took this off the oven, put it on the bottom bun. I like to use American cheese. You can use any kind of sliced cheese you want, but I'm a basic boy. I use American. And then I added some honey mustard because, again, basic boy. And now for the moment we've been waiting for, the taste test. But first I got to cut it in half because, I'm extra. And then after cutting it in half, which I really should have sped up this part, it was time for the cross section, which looked amazing. And in the taste test, well, I'll let my thumb describe it for you. It was, without any doubt, a thumbs up. And with that, back to the video, back to me with doing the outro. Alright, let me know what you guys think about that burger. I mean, would you try this recipe? I will tell you, if you're impatient, the burger's not going to turn out well. Like I said in the voiceover, patience is key when it comes to cooking. Let me know in the comments below, would you like to see more cooking videos from me in the future? And also, give me some ideas. Make sure it's budget friendly though. I am a broke boy. That being said, I think that'll do for today's video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like you're dropping the bass. Wow, wow. And give the old subscribe button the old smizzity smack. And I'll see you for the nights in the next video. Dudes.